Hello, Deborah with Preservation Publications and Preservation 2012 on YouTube. Okay, today I'm going to tackle something that's well outside of my normal genre, if you will. I want to start talking to you in bits and pieces about World War III, which is what we're experiencing right now. I would like to propose an idea and a thought to you all that the players that we think are players aren't the players of importance at all. It doesn't matter if the United States is involved because the United States is not a sovereign entity. And it doesn't matter if France is involved because France isn't a sovereign entity either. None of the players that we consider countries are sovereign at all. We relinquished that eons ago. So let me go through a partial list of who the players are that we need to keep our eye on. I'm also going to post this list on my blog with links to various websites so that you can go through, read them, and get a better understanding of what each organization does. Some are more powerful than others, but they are all players nonetheless. First is the European Union. It's an economic and political union with 27 member states. Next is the Council of Europe. It focuses on legal standards, human rights, democratic development, the rule of law, and cultural cooperation. The World Trade Organization, a conglomerate of governments whereby trade agreements can be negotiated and where disputes can be resolved. The Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe. It's a regional security organization that deals with arms control, confidence and security building measures, human rights, national minority, policing strategy, counterterrorism, and economic and environmental activities. The European Free Trade Association. It's a free trade organization linked to the European Union. The Caribbean Community. A union of nations that promotes economic integration and cooperation and foreign policy coordination. The African Economic Community is comprised of 7 different organizations or unions within of different alliances between African nations. Its combined purpose is to create free trade areas, a single market, a central bank, and a common currency. The Eurasian Economic Community, created to establish a single economic area for coordination and integration into the world international trade system. The Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. It's a cartel established to control oil production and price control to maximize profits. The Latin American Free Trade Association. Its purpose is to create a free trade area in Latin America. The Andean Community of Nations. This, along with Mercosur, make up the 2 main trading blocs of South America. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations. The purpose is to provide a forum for member nations to negotiate differences, to promote cultural development, to promote economic growth and social progress, and to promote the protection of peace and stability in the region. The Central American Integration System. Some of the areas of mutual concern include agriculture, education, health, population, child welfare, the environment, rural development, tourism, transportation, science, and technology. The Greater Arab Free Trade Area, declared within the Social and Economic Council of the Arab League, is an executive program to activate the Trade Facilitation and Development Agreement. The United Nations General Assembly. This is the main deliberative, policymaking, and representative organization of the United Nations. The United Nations Security Council. Among other things, the function is to maintain peace and security, investigate disputes and negotiate settlements, to regulate armament, to determine actions to be taken against aggression, to apply economic sanctions, and to take military action. The BRIC Bloc. A loose organization of developing economies formed to address concerns of emerging markets. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations. This is comprised of 3 different sub-unions, and it's a community of Southeast Asian nations living in peace, stability, and prosperity, bonded by dynamic development and a community of caring societies. The North American Free Trade Association establishes a trilateral trade bloc in North America. The Arab League. The purpose is to coordinate collaboration between member states to safeguard independence and sovereignty and to consider the affairs and interests of the Arab countries. The African Union. To rid the continent of the remaining vestiges of colonization and apartheid. To promote unity and solidarity among African states. To coordinate and intensify cooperation for development. To safeguard the sovereignty and territorial integrity of member states, and to promote international cooperation within the framework of the United Nations. The World Bank. Its purpose is to fight poverty, to help people help themselves by providing resources, sharing knowledge, building capacity, and forging partnerships in the private and public sectors. The International Monetary Fund. An organization of 187 countries working to foster global monetary cooperation, secure financial stability, facilitate international trade, promote high employment and sustainable economic growth, and reduce poverty around the world. The Bank for International Settlements. This is a hub for central banks. It's an international organization which fosters international monetary and financial cooperation services as a bank for central banks. The International Court of Justice settles disputes between nations. The International Criminal Court prosecutes individuals for crimes against humanity and similar crimes. I am not writing the descriptions for any of these organizations. I've taken them directly from their websites. So if they seem a little up and a little positive and a little self-aggrandizing, then understand that they're writing their own press. I didn't write this stuff. And as I said earlier, most of these organizations are very powerful units. But they are made up of nations that have submitted to that umbrella, if you will. So when I say that the United States is no longer a sovereign nation, that's exactly what I mean. It sits under the umbrella of the United Nations. It sits under the umbrella of NAFTA. It sits under the umbrella and in conjunction with any number of European organizations. The state, the sovereign state, is dead in the world. And all we have now are little conglomerates of nations that have mutual interests and mutual concerns and are very powerful, as we can see what's happening in Libya at the moment. A lot of these organizations, independently and in conjunction with each other, have gone after Libya for a lot of different reasons, which I'll discuss further in additional videos. In the meantime, take a look at these organizations, read up on them, study them, go to my blog and check them out, and let's get a handle on who the players really are on the world scene. Because I guarantee you, it's not little old Egypt, and it's not little old Ireland, and it's not little old Mexico. It's conglomerations of nations. To be perfectly honest, I believe that we have started into World War III. I think that we're seeing the beginning baby steps of it, and it's not going to be over for quite a while. We're going to see a lot of damage, a lot of heartache, a lot of death and destruction, and we're going to suffer a lot. The world is going to suffer a lot. So let's see if we can keep track of what's happening, try and keep our minds clear and focused on who the players actually are, and try not to point fingers at individual nations, ours included, as this series of events unfold. Until more videos are made for our families, our neighbors, our friends, and our communities, preservation